This is the moment my home theatre stopped feeling like a room and started feeling like a cinema. When the movie starts, the lights slowly fade away. When I pause, they come back up so I can see. And when the movie's over, the room comes back to life. No remotes, no cloud dependency, just reliable automation. Let me show you how I built it and the lessons I learnt along the way. For the last few years, I've been slowly building what I'd call my ultimate home theatre. A proper surround sound system, a projector, a large screen, and electric recliners. I even painted the walls a dark blue colour to absorb light and give it that cinema feel. I added framed movie posters, the kind you'd expect to see walking into a theatre, and on the ceiling I had a custom night sky wallpaper installed, a dark aurora design that adds atmosphere without being distracting. But every time I hit play, I had to turn off the lights manually. Every time I paused, I either fumbled for the switch or I just sat there in the dark. That friction was enough to break the illusion, so I decided the lights needed to know what the movie was doing. The goal was simple. When playback starts, fade the lights off over 5 seconds. When the playback pauses or the movie ends at night, fade the lights back up. I want it fully local with smooth transitions. Sounds simple. I genuinely thought it would be. It wasn't. I had a Shelly dimmer module installed behind the light switch. For me, it was the ideal device for this application. For my setup, the only connections required were live, neutral, the load, and the switch input. Just a reminder here that mains voltage is dangerous, and in Australia, it's illegal to perform fixed electrical work without a license. Be sure to check your local regulations and engage a licensed electrician when required. Initially, I connected the Shelly dimmer to Home Assistant via Zigbee. On paper, that's ideal. But in practice, while on-off commands worked reliably, dimming commands are inconsistent. Sometimes the transitions worked, but sometimes they didn't. For theatre lighting, that's unacceptable. So I factory reset the device and connected it to Wi-Fi. Immediately, the dimmer worked as expected. Inside the dimmer's web interface, I set the input mode to switch so the wall switch behaved properly. I also ran the built-in calibration so the dimming curve matched the electrical load. After calibration, the fades were perfectly smooth. Reliability matters to me more than theoretical elegance. The next challenge was detecting the playback state. In my setup, I'm using the Apple TV as my media player, so I'm relying on the Apple TV entity in Home Assistant. This is where I encountered the next complication. When using YouTube or Prime Video, play and pause events were detected perfectly. But when using Swiftfin for Jellyfin, or even Apple's own streaming service, nothing changed. No state update when pressing play, no state update when pausing or stopping playback, which means no automation trigger. This isn't an Apple TV hardware problem, it's a limitation of how some apps expose playback state to the system. If the app doesn't publish its state, Home Assistant has nothing to react to. No amount of clever YAML can fix data that doesn't exist, so this was a major limitation. To solve this, I tried setting up a Plex server pointing to the same media libraries as I used for Jellyfin. Using the official Plex app on the Apple TV, playback state is reported correctly. When playback starts, Home Assistant sees playing. When paused, it sees paused, and when stopped, it returns to idle. That means the automation works exactly as intended. Now I prefer Jellyfin philosophically. It's open source, it doesn't have mandatory accounts, there are no ads, and there are no upsell tiers. It aligns better with a fully self-hosted mindset, but in this case, reliability mattered more to me than preference. So for the theatre, I've opted to use Plex because it exposes playback state consistently, and that's what this automation depends on. The automation itself is simple. When the Apple TV state changes to playing, the lights turn off over 5 seconds. When the state changes to paused or idle, and it's nighttime, the lights ramp up to 100% over 10 seconds. The key detail is using hardware level transitions. That means I'm not stepping the brightness levels in software. The dimmer handles it natively and locally. Even if Home Assistant restarts mid-transition, the fade continues. That's reliability by design. I've included the full YAML in the blog post link below if you'd like to build something similar. This is one of those automations you stop noticing, and that's the point. It just works. The real lesson here wasn't the YAML. It was understanding how hardware, integrations and apps behave in the real world. Sometimes Zigbee works perfectly, sometimes Wi-Fi is more reliable, and sometimes your preferred media platform doesn't expose the data you need. Engineering isn't about ideology, it's about dependable results. If you'd like the full automation and configuration details, I've included everything in a companion blog post linked below. If you enjoy practical, reliability-focused smart home projects like this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. There are plenty more projects like this coming, along with content on self-hosting and networking. And let me know in the comments, what would you automate next to make your home feel a little bit more like the future?